Hello everyone, I am Pranali Patil and today we are going to discuss a important concept in machine learning and deep learning, that is overfitting and underfitting. These both are most faced problems in deep learning. So let's see what are these problems. So before moving to our problem statement, let's see what is training data, testing data and validation data. So testing data is like when we use for data for testing, training data when we use data for training, and then validation is also used for the testing purpose. So overfitting, the main goal of machine and deep learning is to build model that are generalized well on the unseen data. Means a good model should learn a meaningful patterns from the data. So let's see what is underfitting exactly. When the model is too simple, then it comes to underfitting, and when the model is too complex and data is too simple, then it get overfitting. So understanding these problems will help us to improve the accuracy, robustness, and help us to improve our reliability of the predictions. And these concepts are crucial to evaluate the model performance, complexity, and the data quality. So let's see underfitting. So occurs when the model cannot capture underlying patterns of the data, the variable, the feature which are present into the data, that are performed very poorly on both training and the testing data, and it causes to high bias and low variance. So the common causes is to simple model, inefficient data, and irrelevant features which are present in the data. And overfitting, as we have discussed, when the model is too complex and training data is not get fit to that model, it is because it is small, and it also include the random noise which is present in that small data. So it perform well with the training data, when we goes to the real world approach, it will fail there. So it causes low bias and high variance. And common issues are faced is like too complex model, too many parameters. And the example scenario is when you are going to train the model on curve data, but you use linear regression there, so it's an underfitting problem. And overfitting is like deep learning neural network, you are training on a very small data set. So after that mechanism, as we seen in the diagram also, when training data is bigger, it will cause to underfitting. When validation data is bigger, it causes to overfitting. And when the model is also uh, compatible with the data we are given to it, then it becomes a good model. So underfitting is models learns too little because of limited parameters or poor representation. It doesn't capture essential relationships which are present in the data set. Training error and testing error are both are very high. So overfitting is same like that, but the data is small. Model learns too much from the data. It get very overfitted on the data. Training errors becomes very low, but testing error is very high. So models fails when generalized to the new sample. So this conceptual link is like bias, where error due to incorrect assumptions means underfitting, and variance, error due to sensitivity to small data changes. After that, challenges, underfitting issues like model fails to capture the essential relationships, produce inaccurate responses, predictions, then poor representation on the real world scenarios. After overfitting, model shows excellent training accuracy, but it fails when we test it on testing data. Lack of robustness on the unseen data, and it becomes sensitivity to the noise, the outliers present in the data. And at the summary part, as we have discussed, underfitting and overfitting are very crucial concepts and the two main problems faced in the machine learning as well as into the deep learning. Underfitting occurs when the model is too simple and data set feed to that is very complex. Overfitting is like model is too complex and the data set we fed it to is very small amount. So achieving an optimal results, we have to balance both bias and the variance, that we referred as a bias variance trade-off, and proper techniques such as regularization, then feature selection have been implemented. So yeah, this is from my side. Thank you.